Yo, what's going on guys? Raven Commentates here, and I'm back with a new YouTube video. Let's not waste any time and get straight into today's topic. So today's video is going to be a little different. I don't want to talk about a specific player or team. I want to talk about the head coach known as Tom Thibodeau. Tom has been a coach for over 20 years, whether he's a head coach or assistant coach, and he has coached so many teams over his career. Teams such as Chicago, Minnesota, New York. But this video isn't about Tom as a person. This video is going to be about the issue I have with Tom being the head coach. If you guys don't know much about Tom, he makes his players play for a lot of minutes, especially his star players, up to 30 to 40 minutes per game, which is obviously too much for your star players. You don't want them getting injured or getting tired. After 20 plus years of coaching, I think you would understand that your players are not robots. They need rest as well. Enough of the intro, let's get into the video. So Tom was the head coach of the Chicago Bulls from 2010 to 2015. If you guys recall, in Chicago at that time, Derrick was having his breakout season and became the youngest MVP in NBA history. But let's look deeper into it. Let's look at the minutes Derrick Rose was playing in those seasons. So in the 2010-2011 season, Rose was playing 37.4 minutes per game, the highest he's ever played in any season. Knowing Derrick Rose was such an aggressive player and the fact that he always attacks the rim, Tom should have known not to play in that many minutes because he was bound to get injured, and that's exactly what happened the next season. The first season Tom became the head coach of Chicago, Derrick Rose played the most minutes in his career, which can be a coincidence, but I want to save that for later on in the video. Back to Derrick Rose. The following season after his MVP season, and where he played the most minutes in his career, on April 28th, 2012, Derrick Rose went up for a layup and he tore his ACL. The following season, Derrick Rose sat out. In the 2013-2014 season when Derrick Rose returned, Tom had Derrick Rose playing 31 minutes per game, which is obviously too much for someone that just came off an ACL injury. The following season he played 30 minutes, and throughout these next few years, Derrick Rose became injury prone and was never the same. All because Tom Thibodeau thought it was a good idea to play a star player so many minutes, even after his ACL injury, to eventually ruining Derrick Rose's career forever, from an MVP to no team at all. Alright, so now I want to talk about another player that had a similar situation. In 2016-2017, Tom became the new head coach for Minnesota and became the coach of players such as Zach LaVine, Karl Anthony Towns, and Andrew Wiggins. Specifically, I want to talk about Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine was drafted in 2014. He played 25 minutes his first season, 28 minutes in the second season, but the first season that Tom became the head coach of Minnesota, Zach was playing 37 minutes per game, the most he's played in his career. That same season, he tears his ACL. Knowing Zach's a pro dunker and he likes to attack the rim, he was bound to get injured knowing he's playing 37 minutes per game. And it's not like Zach was the star player of the team. There was Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins that could carry the load, and Zach didn't have to play that many minutes. But that's just another example. Another career that could have been ruined. But thankfully, Zach was traded to Chicago, and he doesn't have to deal with Tom anymore. The third example I have is Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler and Tom Thibodeau have basically been on the same team since Jimmy Butler's been in the NBA, from Chicago to Minnesota. So obviously playing a lot of minutes for Jimmy is nothing new. In Chicago, he was playing about 37 minutes, which I understand because he was the main guy. There was no other all-stars on the team. So he was basically carrying his team. But the fact that Jimmy is still playing 37 minutes in Minnesota when he has two other stars around him, Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins, there's no need for him to play so many minutes every game. This is probably why he took a rest in the All-Star game, because he was probably tired from playing so many minutes. And on February 24th, just about a month ago, he injured his right knee and he tore his meniscus, all thanks to playing so many minutes. And these players aren't the only players that have been injured because of Tom's minutes. Players such as Joakim Noah and Luol Deng have also suffered from Tom's minutes. Just imagine Derrick Rose right now. If he had played for a different coach, he might have not got injured and would still be a beast. But yeah, I just think Tom should think about what he's doing. Maybe having some balance between his bench players and his star players. Maybe giving his star players a little more rest and have some days off. I don't know, I just think that would be better for him and his team. But let me know down below, what do you guys think about this guy? Do you think it's a coincidence that his players are getting injured, or it's because of him? Be sure to comment down below. Also be sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. The links will be down below. And that's it for today's video, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.